So good morning, everyone. Welcome to New Dimensions in Healing. Today we are going to start with the Mantram of Peace. This is on page 11 of our little prayer booklet. And then right afterwards, we are going to go into our emotional cleansing exercise. We'll just go right into it because we're ready, we're at peace. And then after doing that exercise, we'll read from our chapter 22. Okay, so you're ready? All right. This is such a beautiful prayer. Imagine before we start that there are beautiful women and men, holy ones, prophets and saints and masters of wisdom, the holy mothers of all the churches and groups. May the holy ones, whose pupils we aspire to become, show us the light we seek. Give us the strong aid of their compassion and their wisdom. Pause for a minute. There is a peace that passes understanding. It abides in the hearts of those who live in the eternal. There is a power that makes all things new. It lives and moves in those who know the self as one. May that peace brood over us, that power uplift us, till we stand where the one initiator is invoked, till we see his star shine forth. Staying in your peaceful state, keep your eyes closed and relax. The second exercise is the purification of our astral or emotional body, part 1. These are fantastic exercises that are constructive, creative, transformative. So just relax into them. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Try not to have any tension in your body. Visualize another waterfall, or even the same waterfall that we started with last lesson. And when you approach the waterfall, lie down a few feet away. Make your body totally naked and comfortable. There's nobody around but you. Very peaceful, and the warm sun on your body. Leave your physical body there, and in your astral or emotional body, enter into the waterfall. See your astral body as a translucent, silvery body that's in the same shape as your physical body. Enter the waterfall and look at your astral body and see spots. If there are black spots anywhere, just look at them. Dark spots maybe, lighter, darker, heavier, it doesn't matter. Just see them. And they are called, for example, anger, frustration. Maybe there's fear, hatred, any kind of jealousy or envy, any kind of revenge, malice, slander. Maybe you see other patches that you can name that are particularly in your understanding. All these patches are like sticky blacktop impressed on our emotional bodies. Now you are going to name these patches. If they're not there, that's fine, but see what you can see and name them. This is anger, this is jealousy, this is fear, this is hatred. Try to name them. See where they are. And then slowly see the water trying to wash them down, make them lighter. And see which patches don't want to be cleaned. They keep clinging. And we can clean them in layers. Our effort will be to clean them. Now see yourself under that beautiful waterfall and identify it as love energy. It's this love, warm, beautiful love energy, compassion energy, the best purifying and healing agent in the world. Start cleaning your astral body with that love energy. You may catch a glimpse of your physical body lying on the side, perfectly content, sleeping, and completely safe. Start with your fear. Let love energy come over it and let it hit wherever fear patches are there. It could be anywhere in your body. Don't worry if they don't get wiped out quickly. It'll take time, but they will eventually be cleaned because love energy is the strongest energy you have. You're working on fear. Clean the fear. See where it is sticking. Maybe it's thick, maybe it's thin and wavy like a snake. Maybe it's extended all over. Wash it out. Now see where you have anger. We all have anger somewhere. Even if they're not totally washed, a little bit is better. The blackness will disappear a little at a time. So you're doing anger now. Where is your anger? Now go to hatred. Where are you holding hatred? Let love energy clean it out. Now take jealousy. Jealousy is a little yellow colored, yellowish with dirty black in it. It could be close to your solar plexus or your heart center. It can be on your shoulders, on your chest. Work very hard to clean that yellowish dirt of jealousy. You are a soul. There's no reason for jealousy. Keep breathing deeply and relax. Now see revenge. Do you feel that hate, revengeful coming out, malice coming out of your words, your thoughts? We don't need that. Look at your whole astral body and see how little spots are maybe getting lighter. Stand in the water and let the water pour strongly until everything slowly, slowly melts away. Cooperate with the love water. If something is resisting and doesn't want to be cleaned, put all your attention there and clean it. Water is fire and God is in that fire, in love, loving, embracing divinity. See which one is melting away and which one is resisting. And wherever one is resisting, concentrate the waterfall there. Concentrate on your astral head. Clean your head from all these 6 vipers: fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge, and malice. We don't want these. Now your head is beautiful, clean. The dirty water is falling. Now it comes to your chest area, and start that water, focus on your chest area. See how your silvery colored, transparent astral body is getting more and more translucent. Concentrate on your chest and let the water clean your chest. Lie down on your back in your astral body, and let the waterfall hit it, millions of drops, and just let it hit every part of your body. Let it hit your chest, your bowels, your knees. Everything becomes transparent. And see how the dark patches and blackness are fading away. You are weightless, and now you're going to go up and down the waterfall in your astral body. You're weightless. So go into the waterfall, down the waterfall, enjoy it. And just see yourself beautiful and clean. See if there are any patches left, any fear left, wash it away. Any anger left, wash it away. Hatred or jealousy against anyone, let it melt. Try to even scrub the areas with your hands if they're sticking. Check your astral body again, starting with your legs. See if there are any dirty patches on your astral legs. Go to your lower abdomen. Go to your chest. Make sure your astral body is pure light, transparent silver. Look at your neck, your face, your forehead. We hold so much pain in our heads. Let them melt away. Look at your head and make sure it's clearing out. Look at your shoulders from the back, up and down your spine and all around it. Make it clear, really clear, crystal clear. You can see right through it. Translucent, beautiful body. Take a deep breath and look at your body from head to toe, astral body. If there are any dirty patches left, we will come back to them. See the water pouring from the top of your head out to your toes. And slowly, slowly, the water is so clean. Let us say 3 ohms, with each one bringing love energy into our astral body. Slowly get out of the water and enter your physical body. You feel a little bit lighter, a little bit cleaner. And sit and look at the beautiful waterfall and how there is a never-ending love energy coming from the higher worlds. Take a deep breath and rub your hands together. Would you like to share your experience?
Well, I said, so much for a quick shower. I was getting antsy. I liked it. And then when the hatred and all, I got hot, really hot. And I said, forget the water, and I got my vacuum cleaner out.
An astral vacuum cleaner.
It was much more effective than the water.
Yeah.
And the waterfall is from Iceland, and the water is violet.
Yeah. See how it works. I got really hot too when I was doing the exercise. Anybody else would like to share? Amanda Jane?
I envisioned myself within the waterfall and through the water, but in like a vortex that was taking it and not contaminating any of the other water, but taking it down to the bottom and washing it into the earth. So I wasn't sitting in what I was trying to release.
Nice. Good. Anybody else would like to share?
It did feel like you got lighter and things were washed away. But it's interesting talking about the different sections of the body that were in the meditation. But for me, it's like there's a lot of throat. So when you said chest, I'm like, oh, hold on, I gotta. This really needs washing.
Yeah. It's good to just notice and see what's happening, and then next time we do the exercise, you can do this anytime, concentrate in that area and let it wash out so nothing sticks. Wash it out. And it's amazing how much we think we don't have hatred and anger and jealousy, but it's amazing how much comes up. Steve, would you like
I
to
got
share?
hot, heated up.
Yeah, that's good. That means energy is moving. And if you feel tired, open your eyes, go back and do it again. Anybody else would like to share? Kurt?
I was thinking it was just me, the heat. It's not.
Yeah, it's energy. I mean, look at how strong our minds are and how much we can, without having to philosophize, I shouldn't hate, I shouldn't be angry, just wash it away. It's so nice.
I had an insight, and my anger comes from injustice. And then I thought, either justice will be served or it's karmic. And so I can let it go.
Yes, that was beautiful.
I know.
Because we hold so much that's going on around us, inside of us. And it's, who's getting sick from it? We are. Yeah, that's good. You let it go, wash it out. And it's divine love energy. I love that. I thought that was really, really beautiful. It's a loving, caring energy. Yeah, okay. Let's go to 16 steps of healing. And today we are on number 1. And I'd like to bring our attention to this chart and how our thoughts affect our health. And look at the thoughts have these values. Our thoughts either display these values or the hatred and anger and jealousy and whatever, revenge. So these are going to have a clear result and impression on our center, which goes to the gland, which goes to the organs, and then of course the physical body reflects either the health or the well-being or the illness that is a result of all of these values that we express in our life through word, through thought, through feeling. And so we can see why this astral healing exercise is so good. It just gets rid of that sticky stuff that would make this difficult for us. It would make us difficult to have purity, to have love, to have perseverance. If we're feeling jealousy and anger, we can't persevere, right? We just hold on to that anger and jealousy and hatred, and we can't keep going and striving. It holds us back. Fear, look at this. Fearlessness makes us base of the spine, adrenals, kidneys. This whole system is based on that. So when we're in fear, when we're in anger, look at what it does. It affects our physical body, okay? So that's a beautiful chart to always keep in mind. And we do have that chart online. You can print it and look at it. So let's go to number 1, have pure thoughts in your mind. I'd like us to read and have you share your insights, chapter 22. So we'll start with Kelly. Kelly, read one full paragraph. Let's each read one paragraph and see what our insights are. Go ahead, please, Kelly.
Have pure thoughts in your mind. Thoughts condense and build your body. Thoughts create various substances in your body. Thoughts change the rhythm and the functions of your organs. Thoughts create magnetism or repulsion in your aura. There are thoughts which attract germs. There are thoughts which burn germs and repel negative currents of dark forces. With ugly thoughts, you may poison all your system. Your entire energy network enters into great tension and crisis when your thoughts carry wrong motives.
Yeah, this is such a powerful paragraph, and in this paragraph is embedded healing and disease. Right? Yeah. Tanya, would you read the next paragraph, please?
Pure thoughts bring health, joy, and success. Pure thoughts are the formulations of those principles and laws which progressively help the human being unfold and proceed on the path of perfection, which always work for the survival of humanity and the beautification of life.
Thank you, Tanya. Amanda Jane.
Any thought against the survival of humanity, against the progress and unfoldment of humanity, against beauty and against health is an evil thought and carries destructive forces.
Yes. Thank you, Steve. Next paragraph.
If one wants to be healthy, he must not allow his mind to produce any evil thoughts, accept any evil thought, or encourage any evil thought, but instead he must continuously make his mind create thoughts which uplift and transform life.
Thank you. Connie, please.
Those who want to remain healthy will be very watchful of their thoughts, and they must stop any thought when they feel that it is not a pure thought. Such people, in choosing and using pure thoughts, can save their life, their money, and their beauty. Thoughts of cheap criticism, full of vanity and hatred, must be ruled out. Thoughts that dwell on the weaknesses of others must be eliminated. With each thought, we bring a force into our system, either for destruction or for construction.
Thank you. Kurt?
Once a sage said that ugly, dirty, and evil thoughts hang around a man and sap his psychic energy, his light, his magnetism, and leave him like an empty bag.
Thank you. Wow. Okay. Can you look at that first paragraph? Thoughts condense, thoughts create, thoughts change. Thoughts create magnetism. They attract germs. They burn germs and repel. Look at that paragraph and see how in your life you try to catch yourself from doing these things when you catch yourself. Okay, see how does it work in your mind, in your life? We all know these, right? We all know these. How do you catch yourself? What is it that you do to catch yourself so that impure thoughts don't make a pattern, a home in you? What do you do? Connie?
Well, it's self-awareness, but I get a physiological feeling of, I mean, even this morning, I was just so, and then all of a sudden, I looked at something and my energy decreased. And so just being aware of it and noticing it. I notice and I name it. So when I can name it, I can claim it. When I claim it, I can tame it. That's what I do. And then the reminder that energy follows thought. But I watched something very briefly. It's one of those shorts that is like, ah! But I'm so grateful that I became aware of it immediately.
Yes. So when we're aware, we turn away from it, take the steps, that's good. Thank you. Okay, anybody else would like to share? How do you catch yourself and change these thoughts?
Well, there's something that Tanya taught me, which was like if some thought comes to your mind, it's like, whoa, where did that come from? That's not how I want to be or think. To even just say aloud, like, stop.
Because we're told thoughts are entities, so stop. It's like, stop. You're not going to be part of me. Very good. Anybody else? How do you catch yourself? What are some of the signs and signals? Tanya?
Well, I find that sometimes old thought patterns pop up at the most unexpected moments. And they have a real energy behind them. So I experienced that this week. And so what I started to do was simply, in my mind, think about all the things I have gratitude for. And it just cuts it off. So you take your mind, I mean, literally to a higher plane where the contents are more positive and survival oriented.
Yeah. This is good. I want each of us to have our own tools. What is that tool? For me, for example, is just to say I'm not going to talk. I'm just not going to engage. Because I know something toxic is going to come out at that moment. So stopping, going higher, examining, all of those things are really good. Anybody else? Amanda, Jane, Steve, Kurt? No? Okay. Let's go then. Can we see how these thoughts are coming out of the values? The values that we hold are going to express themselves in words, in thoughts, in emotions, in actions, right? And those are going to color everything that we have in our life. So we have to be very, very careful and cognizant. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. Okay? It's just step by step by step, developing patterns that we catch ourselves. Like you say, you catch yourself. You see that discomfort in your belly. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the next section. Yes, Tanya.
Well, those are our values.
Yes.
However, we swim in a world that have values that oppose those values. And we have also been, I watch children and they have, they're being taught good principles and they have good inclinations, but then there's the conflicts that come up because they haven't mastered, their bodies aren't developed and they haven't mastered control over them. So you see also that they too are swimming in conflicting experiences as they are just growing. So I was thinking about thought more specifically as the creative force of our universe. And you think that, okay, we look at the stars, let's say that's the galactic being's product. It's extremely exquisite. Then you come down to a solar system, the planets, the life on the planets, the forms on the planets. So they're all very creative and have mostly pro-survival aspects to them. So where are the anti-survival aspects coming? So I can't help but think about these things. Where are the anti-survival aspects coming from? And it's all coming from the denseness of the material world that has yet to be refined through the striving and efforts of the human kingdom.
Yes.
That's it.
We will discuss this in our 9 Energies weekend retreat that we have, and I welcome all of you, of course, you're all ready to go, but one of them is the entity of the earth. So earth itself is pulling us down, and so we're supposed to evolve out of it, and that's this whole process. It's beautiful. Okay, let's go to Kelly. Next paragraph, please.
The human body is like the earth. If the day is cloudy, the earth does not receive the rays of the sun. The chemistry of the rays loses its beneficent quality if there are poisonous gases surrounding it. The same is true for a human being. If he is surrounded with evil thought forms or with polluted thought forms, the rays of his soul cannot reach him and give him the beneficial guidance, vitality, and strength. Instead, in mixing with his dark thought forms, they create toxins in the body, especially in the glands.
Next paragraph, please.
After you accumulate dark thoughts around you, you feel weak and become susceptible to various colds and sicknesses. Or you cannot operate your mind and brain as clearly, or solve your problems in the right way, or pass your exams.
We must remember that our etheric network in most cases is essentially healthy and harmonious in itself. But as we grow up, we distort the harmony through our wrong actions, negative emotions, and evil thoughts.
Steve?
The physical body is the shadow of the etheric network. If we keep the etheric body clear and harmonious, our body will be healthy and beautiful. But if we create distortion and disturbances in the etheric body by our acts, emotions, words, and thoughts, we create problems in our bloodstream, nervous system, glands, and organs. Thus, the subtle body, the etheric body upon which our physical body is built and from which it absorbs its main nourishment, must be kept pure. And the greatest agent of purity is pure thought. When one has pure thoughts, he can purify his words, actions, and his emotional reactions, and through the mental fire, cause transmutation in his nature.
Thank you. Connie?
Our mind is also conditioned by outer events. This is why we must avoid watching criminal and ugly events or actions as much as possible, so that we are not impressed by them and do not build thought forms because of them. This does not mean that one will escape from his responsibilities and duties if life brings events to him which are not beautiful and need to be handled and cleaned. Most of us cannot detach ourselves from an ugly event, but some of us act as surgeons and are not impressed or affected by the ugly conditions of life.
And Kurt, would you read the next dialogue?
My grandmother used to say, if you hear people talking or doing ugly things, do not stay with them. Go away. Why, Grandma? I asked one day. Because ugly words and ugly manners or deeds stick in your imagination. What happens if they stick? Eventually, you tend to use the same words and do similar things. Imagination controls the behavior of man.
And can you do the next paragraph, please?
Some people see an ugly act or hear an ugly conversation or read a corrupt article and then go and repeat it in detail to their friends, either as information or because they want others to disapprove of it also. In both cases, they have served to distribute the ugliness.
Let's go ahead and finish those next 2 sections. Kelly, would you read that next line? And then Tanya, finish the next paragraph, please.
The power of ugliness is in its creators, buyers, and transmitters.
The mental body is composed of a very sensitive substance, and with every impression, the mental body builds a thought form which then lives in the mental sphere to do good or to do bad. The new age is the age of seeing good things, doing good things, speaking good things, thinking and writing about good things. The more we think about good, the more it increases. The more we think about evil, the more evil increases. When we increase the good, we increase the health on earth.
Beautiful. We're going to start with that one paragraph. And how is it that in this kind of hyper media, and we are all engaged with media at some extent or another, how do we become New Age, where we see good things, do good things, speak good things, think and write about good things? How do we do that in the environment that we all live in? Amanda Jane.
This week at my work, we had two people come and speak to us. One was Katie Ledecky, who was the Olympic swimmer, and the other one was Harry Connick Jr. And what was two different events. But what so impressed me was how they were just sitting in their success. They were owning it. They were so humble and authentic, and it really, I've said this to a lot of people, it reminded me how much good there is in the world, how many good people there are in the world, people we never hear about, but it really was, in a time that seems very dark, just a reminder to me of all the good. And so that's what came out for that is, and sort of what this paragraph is saying, is about looking for the good. Being aware and discerning, but beyond the lookout for the good, which brings the light, like the light shone out of them. I just have to, it was very, very beautiful. And they, times a million, billion people are out there. I didn't put it down to them. And very lovely, including in this room and in the people that we meet in the supermarket. People you never hear of, but there is so much light.
Very good. That's really a beautiful example. So this is us. So by experiencing that and bringing it here, you also spread the light. Okay, anybody else would like to share? How do we do this?
Well, for one, we can limit the negative things that we're exposed to with media. On one hand, it's very easy to do that, and then on the other hand, they can sneak in, right? But I'm pretty rigorous about, like, I don't watch the news. I rely on other people that I trust to tell me high level of things, but I know it doesn't work for everyone to do that, but I just really don't like getting into the negativity. Yeah.
This is a very important paragraph because the New Age is an age of seeing good things and beautiful things, right? So anybody else, how do you do this in your life? Connie?
Well, I mean, there's a big old sign that says it's all good, and it really isn't all good. I mean, World Discipleship has a special chapter on that. However, it really is a choice, and where it's talking about if you hear something and if it, you know, if it's ugly and if it's even true, why repeat it? Like, for the sake of what am I sharing this? I actually have that emblazoned in a sign in my office. For the sake of what? Why am I saying that? And then to catch myself. And then also it's a choice. I think we can put on the lenses of seeing goodness and kindness, and it is everywhere. I mean, you know, you just see a grandfather with their little kid that they're just wheeling them around the neighborhood, and they're like so happy, you know? So we can choose to see that.
We can, yeah. This is very important for us, and in our speech with each other, in the things we put out. For example, TSG's marketing team puts out beauty. Beautiful words, beautiful pictures. And so that's good. It comes out. You see, in some form or another, for us to concentrate, because I know for me it's very easy to get into the darkness and to see what's wrong. And I have to lift myself and say, no, I'm not going to keep going there, because it's so easy. Once you start repeating what somebody said that's toxic, you start going like this, down the hill. Right? And all it's doing is putting black patches on us, black patches that have to be washed away at some point. Okay. Yes.
What you said just actually made me think the algorithms for all these media sources, even if it's what we search on Google to what we're looking at on YouTube or anything else, they're seeing what we want to see, what we click on or stick with, what captures our attention, and then give us more and more things like that. So if we're looking at the dark stuff, it's just going to flood us with it.
We're going to find it. It's everywhere. But if we look for the good, like you said, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. There are a lot of really great people in the world that are doing great things, and we can be part of that, because our whole topic starting next month is how to be new group of world servers. And what does that mean? The new age is about doing good things. All right. Shall we go to the next? Have right motives. Yes, Connie.
Well, and when I get on my, what do you call it, soapbox, I remind myself, you know what, Connie, this is not your platform. There are other people out there that is their platform. And so you just have to trust that they'll say what needs to be said on their platform.
Yes.
And so why waste my energy on it?
Yes.
Yes. To know our own direction, to know our own responsibility is really important. What is it that I need to do? What is it that I can do, in this environment? Okay. All right, let's go to...
What is it that I don't have to do?
And I don't have to do, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, that was a good point, thank you. I don't have to do everything it's like a buffet of food. I don't have to eat everything,
You don't have to take a taste of everything.
Exactly, no taste of everything either. Yeah, exactly.
And we all have our own, we're all in our own little world, and so that means what our responsibility is, right?
We are, it's interesting you say that. We are in our own world, in the world of new group of world servers, right? So we need to see our responsibility and also say, there are people who are really great and they're doing this, this, and this, and I'm doing this. So that we have a micro understanding of what we're doing and a macro understanding. So Amanda Jane, you said those two people, you have a macro understanding of people in sports or whatever field, have really greatness in them. And they bring that greatness. So that now the new group of world servers, which we are, is now expanding. We are expanding our viewpoint. And that's really important to see so that we don't feel like little old me sitting in Cave Creek somewhere being the nicest person in the world, and I'm the only, and it's just not true, you see, because we get that way. Why is the world so rotten? Am I the only one, and so on. We get that way. We get myopic in our view. So this new group of world server idea is to see the large picture. Okay, large picture, and see how much goodness there is. Yeah, very important. All right, we're at Amanda Jane, have right motives. We're doing good today. Let's do right motives today, and that will take us to the end of the hour. Go ahead, please.
Number 2, have right motives. When you have right motives, you think, you feel, you act, and you speak with increased joy, beauty, goodness, truth, and bring in those conditions which help people grow and prosper. A wrong motive creates an inner conflict with your mental, emotional, and etheric spheres. A wrong motive is selfish, separative, full of vanity. It is sneaky and full of hypocrisy. Wrong motives create those energy waves within your system which creates friction within you and between you and the energy field of your true self. Wrong motives try to deceive other people and misuse them. Wrong motives create inner pressure.
This is a very important sentence. Wrong motives create inner pressure, and the other part would be right motives release us into these virtues and values. Do you see that? It's so beautiful to think of those two contrasts. Steve, would you read the next paragraph, please?
It says, in his essence, is it that one?
Yes.
In his essence, man is divine, harmonious, beautiful. Wrong motives create distortions, disturbances, and friction in the inner world of energies. These disturbances eventually distort the right functions of the etheric centers. The etheric centers control the ductless glands, and the corresponding organs, and disturbances in these centers are reflected in the glands and organs, and eventually cause various diseases in them. A sage says that people enter into greater responsibilities only through their right motives.
Wow. We're going to consider why that is. Connie, take us to the end of that section.
Some people pretend they are channels, clairvoyants, psychics, or divine messengers, but their only motive is to collect money or satisfy their vanity. They mislead people, they present false values to them, and eventually make them hate spiritual values. When you study the lives of such psychics, the first thing you notice is their bad health. They are irritable, touchy, critical, and aggressive because of a continuous conflict occurring under the surface of their consciousness between their wrong motive and their own conscience. One must try to eliminate inner conflict as much as possible if one wants to live a long life and be healthy.
Beautiful. Okay. What are some key ideas in the first paragraph? Have right motives. How do we have right motives, and what are they?
Well, I'd like to just, as always, I look at these words and I say, first I got to figure out what a motive is.
Okay.
Right, wrong motives.
Okay. What is a motive?
Well, it's probably something, I'm just thinking, it's something, I don't know, motivation, motive. Do you think it's something you want to do? Like, I'll give you examples, but I don't want to use them. When you spank a child, for example, your motive may be not really anything other than to express your frustration at the child, rather than a motive to say, I want to teach this child something in this teaching moment. It's very complex.
It is complex. What is a motive? Let's look at that. What do you think is a motive? Your definition. Tanya.
Well, to me, a motive is the purpose behind your action.
Okay.
What is it you hope to achieve? So if someone's planning to rob a bank, let's say, their motive is to take what other people have accumulated and earned and saved for themselves, and to defy the law. So, on the other hand, if you have a great cause and you're doing fundraising, then you're attracting money to direct it to help others. So they're both motives, but they have very different expressions.
Yes, very good. Anything else? What is a motive? Yes.
The other thing is, as we're reading this, though, I'm trying to remind myself that it's easy to be very critical and judgmental of ourselves when we find ourselves in this. So I definitely always try to have compassion for myself, because I might not have consciously made a decision to believe this way, or take it. I might just be swept up through my family or through society. So including possibly for the people with the bad motives, to have some level of compassion. I feel like it's the only way we can get out of it, wanting to move forward without being punished. Punishing ourselves.
Motive. Thinking about motive is really interesting, and it's a very good meditation seed thought. What is my motive? And to even ask that question, what was my motive for saying what I said? What was my motive for the feeling that I expressed that way, right? What is my motive? It's so interesting, and I'm just going to do that, and don't go away. What is my motive? What is my motive? And I think that's a good question we can ask ourselves. Why am I doing this? Right? Tanya?
Well, my question is, was I in my conscious mind, or was it coming from the subconscious mind? Subconscious mind is loaded with reactions from the past, and they had a motive behind them as well. Maybe that motive was protection. We don't know. But the point is, was it a conscious act or was it a subconscious reaction? And if it's a subconscious reaction, the motive is coming from levels 5, 6, and 7. And the lower the level, the darker the motive.
Or the more self-preservation is the motive, we can say. The motive can be self-preservation or doing evil. So is self-preservation wrong? No. But at what cost? That's the question. So we're going to look at motive. And why should we look at motive then? Why should we look at motive? Yes?
Because if we're aware and if we're truly honest with ourselves, the picture's not always pretty, but then we can catch ourselves and choose the next time instead of being on autopilot.
Can finding your motive be a healing process?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So, in our book, Hidden Wisdom of the Lotus Sutra, Buddha talks about backsliders. And so I thought about, well, what does that mean? Essentially, it's a person who has yet to take the third initiation.
What does that mean?
So we have not become immortal yet. And so being still caught in the mortal coil and the motives and the reactions and actions that are involved in our self-preservation. Once you become immortal, you don't care because you're conscious whether you're in a body or out of a body, which is how the masters live. But we don't live that way yet. We're striving to live that way. So backsliders are always going to have certain points of retreat where you get back into your little citadel, right? Based on the reaction you're having to where you are in your life. And even if you say, I know that even if I lose my body, I will still be myself and I'll come back. It's not the same as actually being immortal, but we can, how should I put this? Convince ourselves through reiterating the fact that all the life is one and we're part of that one life, whether we're in form or outside of form. But we're all going to slip up. And not to beat yourself up, because when we beat ourselves up, we are aligning with the elemental that wants us to stay at that point of evolution, because it's invested in existing that way.
That's the keynote, is to try to catch ourselves and heal it. And say, yeah, that was a mistake. My motive was fear, maybe. And look at the motive. The motive can be ugly, or it can be just simply, I'm afraid. I don't know where we're going, right?
It may not be our motive is what I'm trying to say. It's an elemental.
Well, the elementals, of course.
Yes. So the physical elemental says, well, that's just a dangerous activity. Forget it. I'm not going to risk myself. Or the emotional elemental says, well, you know, when I engage with that type of person before, they hurt my feelings continuously. So I'm just going to leave them to suffer on their own. So, or a mental motive, okay? I don't think that person's intelligent. I don't think they'll understand me, and so I'm not even going to try. See? So there are always the elementals have their own motives, which they try and, when we try and create a motive that's more progressive and inclusive, they're going to have their own protective stances and reasons why we should not engage. Okay. That's the struggle.
Okay. So what I'm hearing everybody say so far is we have to differentiate with who's making the motive.
Right.
Who's driving the car and why? And face it and say, what do I really want to be the driving force in me? I mean, that's a choice. Yes, Connie?
Well, in Rotary International, they have 4 tenets, and it is repeated at every one of their meetings every week throughout the world. Is it true? Is it fair for everyone involved? Am I going to have any friends at the end of this? It's something that I made that one up. I don't know about that one. And then, is it promoting goodwill? So I don't know what the third one is. But really, if everyone would have the motive of, is it true? Right? Is it true?
Is it true? Is it promoting goodwill? I love that.
And is it fair for everyone
Is it fair?
involved?
Yes. Do you see how that statement is a new group of world server statement?
It is.
It really is. So we're going to think of ourselves, what is the wrong motive, what is the right motive. We can even say this is the right motive because it makes me survive, and it could be wrong, right? So there are all kinds of levels that is very subtle that we can think about until next week. What are the motives? Why did I do that? How do I really create better motives that take me from survival mode, me mode, to a new group of world server mode? A little bit broader. That can't be forced. It has to evolve out of us. You can't force becoming a person who serves. And if we force it, it's not real. It's pretense. It's pretense psychic, pretense server, pretense disciple. But we can be real if we say, okay, what is my motive in doing that? Okay? Very good. And how does the emotional healing exercise tie with motive? Think about that.
It's on that the paragraph that Steve read.
Yes, go ahead.
It's the paragraph that Steve read. I mean, because if we're thinking ugly thoughts, all of our glands are taking a hit.
Exactly. So all the organs, after organs you have the chart, the physical body, right? They're going to get the hit somewhere based on the motive that even started this value. Do you see, even before this value list, there are stuff that precede it. What is my motive? What is my intention? To have purity? Is my intention to make everybody feel like they're sinners except me?
What's the reason?
I was watching a Christian channel and the pastor was giving the most beautiful sermon. I thought, wow, this guy is on. Finished the sermon, turned to the camera and said, unless you believe in Jesus Christ, you're condemned to hell forever and ever. And I thought, oh my gosh. Okay, so his whole approach was to condemn. So the pure words that came out just got ugly. Do you see that? So this whole thing, willpower, courage, striving, daring, am I being daring to show off what a daring person I am? Or is it to become a better server, to dare to get rid of my stuff? Do you see that? Even this list, let's look at it and study it and say, what's motivating that? Motive comes before that. Okay, and what comes before that even? See, there's a lot of work. Beautiful. Yes, Connie?
But today, when I was meditating and just contemplating, I thought, I wonder what Torkom would say about the current state in the United States. And do you know what came? There was no criticism. It was just questions that came up. It wasn't critical. I mean, and I'm sure that there was, if I go deeper, but it's kind of like they used to, what would Buddha do? What would Jesus do? What would Torkom do? What would he say?
What would the new group of world servers do? This is a question we are going to proceed November 1st. You're all here. We're going to look at the 9 energies influencing humanity, and then from there, we're starting to meditate the new group of world servers. And what are they all about? We're right on the flow of it.
So we're going to get that answer?
You will. We are each going to find that answer by May of next year.
We should talk about what the world servers would not do.
Exactly. Put that down. What the new group of world servers do and do not do. I think it's profound. I think it's important, and all of us are moving from self-discipline, self-discipleship, and we're already here. We're here for each other. We're here to spread the teaching. We're here to expand the beauty of our families. So we're beyond me right now, right? We are all beyond that. We are already on the path of new group of world servers. I believe that. Okay, let's close with, lead us, O Lord. Thank you, everyone. You did a beautiful job. These are profound and moving teachings. And if you can remember to do the astral bathing process, do it. I think it's really worthwhile. And think of that beautiful love shower, love waterfall. And all of us in our astral bodies saying, "Lead us, O Lord, from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, from death to immortality, from chaos to beauty." Thank you, everyone.